Hi everybody, so today's video I think probably won't be very long, but I have got to worm, for tapeworm, worm Tommy. The other two I'm going to do saliva tests on first, but I decided to worm Tommy like last time. I guess he had quite a lot of worms when I tested him not long after I first had him, so I'm going to worm him again this time, partly also because of the stress. I'm not quite sure what he's going to think of the swab going up and down inside his mouth and things, so I've decided to worm him, but he's got to have a syringe this time. For tapeworm, obviously, he's got to have Equest Pramox. And actually the Blue Cross gave me this for him, but I don't know. I mean, I would have thought that they would have wormed him, but I'm not quite sure whether he'll have well, they must have wormed him, but I'm not quite sure what he's going to think of a syringe. So I'm going to try syringing applesauce into his mouth today first. So we basically cut some apples and cooled them down and liquidised them, and I found use of the big syringe that we tried for Basil with his antibiotics and things. So I'm going to use that. Now it doesn't suck, it wouldn't suck the applesauce up, so I have to spoon it in the top, which I did, and then but it will push it out. So when I'm ready, I'll put the plunger in. And that should work like that, and then there's a little bit of applesauce on the bottom, so that he might hopefully like having it in his mouth. I do have a little bit of a worry that he's going to try and eat the syringe, but we will see how we get on anyway. So Basil and Chesney are both tied up, not very happy. Obviously it's dark, but they've got to be tied up for half an hour before I can do their tapeworm test. So you see, this is why I think it's a very difficult test to do. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to do Tommy's applesauce. We're going to do applesauce. So with his head collar's on, I'm just going to get a brush, which I should have thought about. To chill him out, so we have a little bit of a brush. So I've given him a little brush just to get him chilled, because he's a bit he doesn't like the wind really, so I'm going to now give this a go. So I told you about the applesauce. I may not be able to talk while I do it, we'll see. Right, the slight error is there's lots of air in the syringe. Come on, walk over here. Come on, you're clever, go back. Good boy. So, we're going to put this in the corner. I thought he might try and chew it. The problem is my hand's not big enough, so we're just going to see what happens. What a good boy. Oh, I think that went down quite well. Should we see if we can worm you now? I think we might just see if we can worm you and get some of the applesauce on the end of that as well. Is that nice? So we've got the worm now, so I'm going to get some applesauce on the end. And we'll give it a shot. Come on then. Good boy. This doesn't taste as nice though. Good boy. Oh no, it's all on the end of the... He hasn't had any of it, it's all on the end of the thing. Good boy, come on. This isn't going to go down so well on that. Good boy. Good boy. That tastes funny. Good boy. So to be honest, that went a lot better than I expected. So Tommy was very good and has the applesauce in the syringe, but that's obviously a good way of teaching your horse to have a syringe, the applesauce in it. And those syringes you can get actually quite a lot of, certainly mail order places. And so it's a good way to start, but actually I'm dead pleased because he was really good. I think he thought it tasted funny. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed our video today, and thanks for watching everyone. Bye!